This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Welcome back. Just a few weeks ago, we learned of a new pill approved by the FDA for weight loss. And last week, another drug, Saxenda, was approved as well. Today, we have Dr. Justin Puckett, a board-certified weight loss specialist, here to talk about it. How are you doing?
Doing okay. Got a bit of a lingering head cold like everybody in the Heartland, but I'm doing fine, thank you.
Well, I hope you get over it soon because one knocked me out for a whole week.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about this new weight loss pill, Saxenda.
Well, it's a totally different approach to weight loss, which is kind of a cool thing. It is a medicine that's been on the market as Victoza for diabetics for a long time. And we learned that through that medication with diabetics, that diabetics lost weight. And so the manufacturer of this medication, Novo Nordisk, went back and did trials in non-diabetics looking for weight loss, and they found that it did indeed instill some pretty decent weight loss. And so the FDA has approved it as a weight loss medication that'll be available hopefully sometime in the first part of 2015.
So then, this being now for diabetics and non-diabetics, can they both use them, or is it just non-diabetics?
Well, the Victoza has been FDA approved to a dose of 1.8 milligrams. And so we're using that today, have been for years. And we've been using that and telling folks with diabetes that if they will engage in diet and lifestyle modifications, that they indeed will see some weight loss with that, and they have. The new Saxenda is dosed up to 3 milligrams. They found that people who took the higher dose who were non-diabetics lost more. So it really hasn't been studied in diabetics at a dose of anywhere between 1.8 and 3. So we really just don't know yet. But if 3 milligrams works for a non-diabetic to lose weight, and if somebody is a diabetic and overweight and has comorbidities like hypertension and diabetes, then they qualify for the higher dose. And so even though it hasn't been approved in diabetics specifically, I'm sure that we'll be using it at the higher doses in diabetics. We might not see a whole lot better glucose control, but we might see some added benefits from the weight loss.
So then what would people have to look out for as far as risks go?
You know, it's a medication, so there's some risks accompanying it, and the biggest one being nausea from the beginning. Whenever you take the medication, it often causes a little bit of nausea, and some people it's just more nausea than they can overcome. But most people tolerate it well. You have to start the dose low and titrate up. The other things that we watch out for is if you've ever had a history of pancreatitis, so that's an inflammation of the pancreas, then this medicine's not the right medicine for you. And then lastly, there's a group of thyroid tumors called type C tumors. They're exceptionally rare, but if you have that in your history, or if you have any family history of type C thyroid tumors, then again, the medicine's not for you.
So as far as comparing it to other weight loss pills, how does it compare? Is it better? Would you recommend it?
There's not been any head-to-head studies, so it's hard for us to say exactly. But we did see in the studies of several thousand patients that the group that got Saxenda, almost 60% of them lost at least 5% of their body weight, and 30% of them lost 10% or more. And that is in a very similar range that what we've been seeing for the other approved medications, Belviq, Qsymia, Contrave. And so I think that it's going to be it's a different delivery mechanism. It's a once-a-day shot instead of it's a teeny tiny needle. It's done barely under the skin in the fat, so it's not a painful shot. You don't even really feel the needle going in. But it does work in we call the group of medicines a GLP-1, and GLP-1s or glucagon-like peptides are produced naturally in our intestine, and so we're just giving the body a multitude of hundreds of thousands of increase in the concentration of this, and we know that it works in a couple different ways. It works to slow down our appetite and our desire for food, so it can kind of help with the cravings. It also works to slow the emptying of the stomach, and so whenever you eat, you're going to feel more full and more full longer. And then it works on a variety of ways to adjust the way that the pancreas produces insulin and regulates blood sugar.
Well, very interesting. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. We'll put all this information on our website, heartlandconnection.com. We'll link up Dr. Puckett's information as well. If you have any questions, feel free to give him a call, and we'll be right back.